It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Vikings and the Packers under the lights on Thursday night.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll set up a throw. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he is going to have a Packers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Off the option, it's Jones. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point forthcoming. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Milton Williams in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Taken down at the 47-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hines. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. The Vikings at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
Now a play fake here on first down. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finds Hines again for the completion. Just a gain of a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
you don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. He'll look to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They run with Hines. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2. It brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be incomplete. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
He'll drop to throw. He finds Watson complete. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Well, the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line.
Off the option, it's Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense trying to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
Jones is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuck from the 2. Action.
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Packers have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized and they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On second down, right back to Hines. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. The big fella, 20. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Coup now for the point after. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off the option, it's Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll try to run the option here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll try the right side with Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Packers are able to move back in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner. Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas. Not an easy thing for them to do.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And this returnable for Hines. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll find Hines out of the back. And the ball is knocked out, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. If you got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Caught on the right side by Jones. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They're going to look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now it's Hines. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Packers bring pressure, and they block it. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll come out throwing here on first down. In trouble, and he's taken down. Kenny Clark, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll throw now on the final play. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts as they'll square off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Las Vegas, where it will be the Raiders. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Bucks. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw again. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And they will take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the option, it's Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Hines now on the return. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. An inside give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Sliding out of the pocket, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Up the middle they go. Hines found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On 3rd down. It's Hines, and he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Back to throw here. Incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll find Moreau here. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Off the option, it's Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. A give to Jones. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. This is Hines. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. On second down, right back to Hines. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On play action, they'll throw. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
He was defended by Marcus Jones.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
He'll look to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now this time he'll look to throw.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
That's taken in by...
Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And to the 3. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. Here's Hines. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not two. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll go again to Jones, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The give is to Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, here's Jones. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down on the scoreboard. 23 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Oh, the tackle there, going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver, complete.
Well, it took us until the final play chart to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
Madden play calling at its finest. Okay, him.
Now at 3 up and 4 down.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week as they will take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2 and 4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.